On a quiet street in Amityville, New York, stands a house that has become a legend in the annals of paranormal history. This is the story of 112 Ocean Avenue and the chilling 28 days the Lutz family spent within its walls. In December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their children, moved into what they believed was their dream home. A beautiful Dutch colonial, spacious and welcoming, offered at a price that seemed too good to be true. And it was. They were aware of the house's recent dark history, a tragic event just 13 months prior where an entire family had been executed in their sleep. But they were a young, optimistic family, confident they could fill the house with new, happy memories. They had no idea that the house had other plans. Before they even fully moved in, Kathy, feeling a sense of unease, asked their family priest, Father Delaney, to bless the home. As the priest walked through the house, sprinkling holy water, he felt a growing sense of dread. When he reached an upstairs bedroom, a powerful, disembodied voice boomed, commanding him to get out. An unseen force slapped him, and he fled the house, shaken to his core. He would later call Kathy, urging them to stay out of that specific room, but the phone line crackled with static, and the connection was lost. His hands developed painful blisters, and he was struck by an inexplicable illness. The house had rejected the blessing, and this was only the beginning. The family's dream quickly turned into a living nightmare. The haunting started subtly. A constant, unshakable chill pervaded the house, even with the heating turned up high. Doors would swing open and shut on their own. Strange odors, sometimes sweet and perfumed, other times foul and sickening, would drift through the rooms with no apparent source. Greenish-black slime would ooze from the walls and keyholes. Most disturbingly, swarms of flies would materialize inside the house, even in the dead of winter, congregating in the very room where Father Delaney had been attacked. Kathy began to have vivid nightmares about the executions that had taken place in the house. She would wake up feeling as if she were being watched, sometimes even feeling a touch from an unseen entity. She discovered red welts on her chest in the morning with no explanation. The invisible presence in the house seemed to be growing bolder, more personal, focusing its attention on each family member. But the most terrifying transformation was happening to George, a once loving husband and stepfather. He became withdrawn, irritable, and obsessed. He felt perpetually cold, spending his days feeding the fireplace, an almost manic need to keep the flames roaring. His personality shifted dramatically. He neglected his work, his hygiene, and his family. His waking hours were consumed by the house, particularly the basement. He was drawn to a small, hidden room in the basement, a space with red-painted walls that wasn't on the original blueprints. The family dog refused to go near it, cowering in fear. George would spend hours down there, isolated and brooding. He began waking up at 3:15 a.m. every single night, the exact time the executions had occurred. His physical appearance changed. He seemed to bear a striking resemblance to the man who had committed the terrible act a year earlier. The house was not just haunted, it was possessing him, twisting him into a reflection of its own dark past. The paranormal activity escalated to a terrifying crescendo. Objects levitated and flew across rooms. Eerie voices echoed through the halls. One night, Kathy was levitated a few feet off her bed as she slept. Another evening, the children's beds were violently shaken by an unseen force. They saw a demonic, pig-like creature with glowing red eyes staring at them from a window. The final nights were a blur of absolute terror. Banging sounds, like a marching band, filled the house. Furniture moved on its own. A powerful, unseen force seemed intent on destroying them. After 28 days of relentless psychological and supernatural assault, the Lutz family reached their breaking point. On the final, terrifying night, a series of violent events convinced them they had to escape or they wouldn't survive. In the middle of the night, with nothing but the clothes on their backs, they grabbed the children and fled the house, leaving all their possessions behind. They never returned. They left their dream home, which had become a gateway to an unimaginable horror, and never looked back. The story of the Lutz family at 112 Ocean Avenue has been debated for decades. Is it a true account of a terrifying haunting or a masterful hoax? We may never know for certain. But what remains is the chilling tale of a family who dared to live in a house with a dark secret, and the 28 days of terror that forced them to run for their lives. The house on Ocean Avenue still stands today, a silent monument to one of America's most infamous and frightening ghost stories. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the unexplained and the things that go bump in the night, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what we explore next.